recall making them like this. And so forth. Because I didn't want you to see my face. You know, I was ashamed of how I looked. I don't like my face. I don't know if it's ugly. Maybe it's a little ugly. But I just, to avoid also the insults, I would just focus on the hand and the guitar a lot of the time. Back in the old days. It's a good way to avoid insults. Anyway, this is mostly about my music and a correction I made on my poetry and the original script from 1996 that turned into a billion-dollar trilogy in Hollywood. Okay, so in 2020 I did a mix, tried to do a new song, and it turned out again to be an old song, and I'll just play a quick portion of it for you. I haven't put the vocals onto this, but you still may recognize it. Open the gates to your playland with its neon burning bow. It's Spill Out Your Honey, third verse. So that's me on just the guitar tuned down to make a bass, playing rhythm guitar and also putting the lead on top of it with a drum track, pre-recorded drum track in the background. Pretty good sound actually. So, and then that inspires me to do a good vocal usually when I record the vocal. But my point is that, like, my music has always come from being isolated and feeling outside and rejected and alienated, and it seems to me such a travesty to have it in the hands of people who spend their whole day going to parties and having their pictures taken. I just think it's an abomination, really. And I was looking at my music index here a while ago, and I mean, you can see here that that 86 of these songs were on the radio, 86 out of 178. And I suppose I could list all the titles for you, but it would use up too much time, but I'm sure you've heard them, a lot of them, and they've been played by very popular bands. And what can I say? To me it's a travesty. My music has come from being a hermit, from being isolated and rejected, and it's making these people popular so they can go to parties, and that's all they do, go to parties, and it's the opposite of where my music came from. That's all. We'll just go into this folder for a second from 1996, where I've rewritten the original script from 1996 that resulted in the billion-dollar Austin Powers trilogy, and here it is. Here it is. Even in HTML, here it is. And if you can read that, I don't know, text might be kind of small, but you could see how the character is easily created out of this dialogue. You can, by the time you're done reading this dialogue, we have here a British MI6 agent who's appearing on a talk show. That's the joke. And this is my little fake talk show that I created. And this is way back in 1996 when I was first writing these kind of dialogues and sharing them on Blogger. That's some costume. Do you go everywhere like that? Everywhere. Pubs, football games, gardens. He's British, you know. The ladies love a smart dresser. They sure do, and they must find your work so exciting. I tell you what, mate, nothing like a touch of danger to put them in the mood. So you can tell he's kind of sleazy, too. So we've got a sleazy flamboyant here, you see. Enter Powers in thick plastic frame glasses, shiny Louis XIV attire, and with a perverse smile showing bad teeth. And that's how it was originally presented. And then at the end, yeah, baby, well, I'm not the first one who ever said that, but I definitely was the first one to put those words in the mouth of this character, which was my creation. And the idea was that a spy wouldn't go on a talk show. That's the joke. And that's all it was supposed to be, a little, you see how short it is. But the whole character is created by the end of it. And the following year, when I saw that they were making a movie out of this, I showed this dialogue to my girlfriend at the time, and she didn't believe that I'd wrote it. And she thought I made it up, and she didn't like the humor. It was kind of, a little too ribald for her. She was kind of uptight that way, and so she just focused on the humor, which she didn't like, and rejected my. And what could I do? Nobody, even there was the evidence staring her in the face, and she still didn't believe it. What can you do, when you write it and you show it to people and they don't believe you? I've changed it. There was a word that had to be changed in the third last verse. You can see it there. It left him feeling tranquilized to be so strongly fraternized. Fraternized is what it should be. And I said patronized. I guess I was just tired. I put in the wrong word there, patronized, instead of fraternized. Just wanted to correct that. Can't be a masterpiece unless it's perfect.